It's time for the Moonshot Money This Week, Next Week Roundup as Chase, Isaac, and Mike recap the investing week and look ahead to next week.
Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to Moonshot Money's This Week, Next Week Roundup. Along with Chase and Isaac Vickers, I'm Mike Vickers. We're glad to have you along with us, and we hope you're having a good week this week. It's Friday, March the 11th, 2022, and this is episode number 9. Guys, we have to start with Putin's Russia-Ukraine war and the heartbreaking images of these people in Ukraine. The devastation is terrible, and then, the attacks on the civilians, the mothers and the children, these things are just barbaric.
So sad.
And then we find out, I guess a day or two ago, that Putin's Air Force bombs a maternity hospital. Are you kidding?
So terrible.
Are you serious? Yeah, it's just terrible. And it just makes you feel helpless. But prayer is the best thing that we can do to make a difference. And for the large hearts out there that are watching and listening, you can donate to Ukrainian relief at redcross.org. And so we certainly advise you to do that if you can. Now, guys, let's start with some of the highlights of the week. And what a tough news week. Oh, my goodness. Gas prices set an all-time high in history for the United States.
No doubt.
Guys, we are at the top of the gas price mountain right now. Nobody's ever paid this much for gas. The Biden administration stops the flow of Russian oil and gas to the United States, which we absolutely agree with that, but higher everything, is going to be the results from that. And speaking about inflation, the Consumer Price Index came out yesterday at a whopping 7.9%, a brand new 40-year high. Now, just to compare, for comparison's sakes, inflation was at 1.4% when President Biden took office. 1.4.
Wow.
It is now 7.9. Wow. And the Consumer Price Index number, I believe, is inevitable to go higher next month when we get in April when we get the price again. It's got to go higher because the gas prices are surging right now. And listen, I heard this on a news story. The Food at Home Index. I didn't really even know that they broke this down, this fine in this much detail. But the Food at Home Index has seen the biggest annual increase since 1981.
Good grief.
Ronald Reagan was president the last time we've seen food move this fast in price. Every American has to buy gas and food every single week. There's no way to dodge it. So every American is going to feel this week after week moving forward here. And we are in an inflation spiral that's out of control, and a recession, guys, is on the horizon. Bitcoin was back above $40,000 on Wednesday following President Joe Biden's signing of a sweeping executive order on cryptocurrency. Then it went right back down. Raytheon is sending missile defense systems to Poland. Very interesting.
Wow.
Defense stocks are moving higher. And listen, Amazon announces a 20-for-1 stock split.
Nice.
How about that? Amazon 20-for-1 stock split.
That's nice.
So let's get some input from you guys. So Isaac, what do you think about these new gas prices? Are you experiencing anything?
Well, there was a sign at the gas station near our house that said, "We take Visa, MasterCard, Discover Card, and American Express."
Yeah.
After I bought some gas, they took my Visa, MasterCard, my Discover Card, and my American Express.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So if they took your cards, then you have had to go all in at the pump, right?
Oh, yes. I don't believe in buying gas in small quantities. get a whole gallon.
I did more than that. I bought more than a gallon. Wednesday, I filled up my truck, and the pump cut off at $100.
Wow.
$100. So you're buying a whole gallon of gas, and they're taking all your cards from you at the gas station. But have you had any extra money to buy any stock this week?
Well, Tesla, and as little Sleepy Joey would say, come on, man.
Come on, man. I bought some Tesla. Thank you, Isaac, for that input. Chase, how about you? What's this week look like for you?
The gas prices are certainly terrible. Experiencing that pain as well.
Yeah.
At the pump. I'm not been doing a ton, just dollar cost averaging in.
Yeah.
I have bought this week. I've bought a little bit of Shopify, Nvidia, Apple, and I know these aren't flashy picks. Just adding to those positions. I think taking advantage of these discounts, and of course have also bought a little bit more Tesla and started a new position in Norwegian Cruise Lines. This week. It was in the $15 range, and I thought seems like a good buy. You know, we look at opportunities like this. It's so hard to buy right now, but you know, when they're hitting all-time highs, you wish you could be buying at the lows, and I think one day we'll be glad we did. Just not getting ahead of myself, or not buying a whole bunch of stocks at one time, but just every week, just a little bit here and a little bit there, and hoping that eventually we hit a bottom.
Yeah, I think the best thing that we can do is just continue to dollar cost average a little bit at a time. And I think you said in a video a day or two ago, there's no reason to get in a hurry.
Yeah.
The things are in such a state right now. I think we're going to be here for a few months. But what an opportunity it is for us to take little pieces of money week after week, day after day, and just buy these great companies that are at discounts. And then when the market does accelerate, it's going to be even better. So this week's been interesting for me. I've actually opened 5 new positions this week, which is unusual for me. After Biden expressed urgency to accelerate the decarbonization of the economy, I bought Brookfield Renewables and Next Era Energy because they're talking about over the next 10, 20, 30 years spending tens of trillions of dollars on moving from carbonization energy to the non-carbonization. So, and I also something else with this Russia war going on, they are a huge supplier of aluminum and some of the materials that we need just to do the daily things that we do as a nation. And so I also bought a mining company this week. I bought Rio Tinto. Nice. They are the world's second largest metals and mining corporation. They produce iron ore, they produce copper, they do some diamonds, and they do some aluminum, gold, and uranium even. So they are a monster in the mining industry. They have a super low PE ratio. When I saw this, I was amazed. 5.95 is the last number I saw on a PE ratio, and they have a great dividend of around 8%.
Wow!
So it's cheap right now. It's dipped some, and they pay a great dividend. And so I'm excited just to begin that position there. Number 4 and number 5 for me were FedEx and UPS.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Gas prices are at all-time highs, so I think people are going to be saying, bring it to me, rather than me go shopping.
Absolutely.
But I'm just opening a position in those two things, UPS and FedEx, because these fuel prices are going to affect FedEx and UPS. The diesel fuel, the gasoline price, it's going to affect them greatly. So I'm just buying to be able to get them on my screen and keep an eye on it, and I'm going to be buying more because I expect the prices to be dropping. Okay, I want everybody to know that. The prices, I believe, will continue to go down, but the delivery stocks, I think, are something to look at going forward. I've also been nibbling on some Old Faithfuls, Apple, Microsoft, and a few shares of ARKK under 60. ARKK under 60. I couldn't help myself. Well, Chase, is there anything else before we talk a little bit about what's going to be going on next week?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, next week we have the Fed meeting on March the 16th. I think that we can expect an increase of on the interest rates of about 25 basis points. Jerome Powell has let that out of the bag a few days ago. I think that's what we're going to see next week. I'm hoping that increase is baked in to the market. I hope it is.
Yeah.
And I personally am thinking that this war that's going on, I think we're going to have a big moment, one way or the other, over the next week. I don't know what it is, either Putin pulling back, some kind of a ceasefire agreement, or possibly even them taking the capital of Kyiv. But I think something will have to give
Surely.
in the next few days. I really do think that. So I think that could possibly help the market if this war moves in a direction of coming to a conclusion. So, well, guys, are all minds clear for this week?
Yep, my mind's clear. Continue to pray for the people involved in this.
That's
Let's
right.
hope we see an end soon.
Absolutely. Well, on our way out the door, let me thank you for being with us today. Help us get these videos out to as many people as possible. And you can do that by hitting the like button, and hopefully you would also subscribe to the Moonshot Money channel. And leave us a comment below, because we love to hear from you. Earn more, save more, invest more, so that you can give so much more. Have a great weekend, everybody.